this beautiful hand-hewn box with gold foil inlay logo and screw freaking tied in right here was brought to you by Side Project, and it is full of alcohol. Is it worth it? Probably. Let's find out.
Damn. I'm just going to make love to the box.
I felt like I was going to.
Screw you.
Jesse needs to do a soundtrack.
Yeah, you need to be our. Do you know most
In the
podcasts
back.
have like a guy that's like on the board, like actually
for
like
sure.
controlling
For
everything?
sure.
You need to be our guy. But welcome back to Arts and Culture. I'm Matt,
And I'm Jason.
Jade.
and we have a box of goodies here.
Just
right
a
in front of
box.
us.
Just a box.
It's
That's all we got.
what's in the box?
Box.
And this thing is so freaking big.
That's what she said.
Yeah, get on youtube.com/Our Cynic Culture to look at this shit. And it is literally handmade. Like, I'm looking at the back, and it's got like staples in
nice
it to
box.
like tie all like the wood together. And it's physically screwed shut. I'm gonna like run my finger over here.
You got it. You get the spots.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the screw.
There we go.
Jesse's in the background over here with our DeWalt screwdriver, getting ready to open this shit. This is intense. This is the 10-year anniversary box from Side Project Brewing out of St. Louis, Missouri, and this thing is a fucking beast. And it is stained. Like, I am fucking impressed at like the staining
Very
job on
nice
here.
presentation. Very nice presentation.
Very nice.
And like the gold.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's almost like a cutting board. Like they did some
They took, I mean,
joints and everything in it.
one thing about Side Project, and we're going on here, but they do a hell of a job with everything they do. And I know I'm kissing their ass, I get it, but
Yeah.
if you go up there, they have different temperatures on their damn tap lines. Like a stout comes out this temperature, an IPA comes out here, a saison comes here. Like,
Yeah.
that's serious.
And to the uninitiated, I remember, and this was not too long ago. We actually had a restaurant. Do you remember?
I remember we had a restaurant.
That had
Was it Arson and
the
Culture Restaurant?
that had the frozen tap lines. Saul Good. Do you remember Saul Good?
I remember Saw Good.
Hey,
Yeah, and it was-
you're right. You're right.
Funny story. First date I ever went on with my wife was Saw Good.
Oh.
Really?
Then
Yeah.
they tore it down, and it's now Bank of America. Right there in Hamburg on the corner.
It is, in fact, a Bank of America. And it wasn't a bad restaurant. They actually had a good hot brown
No, it's
pizza.
solid.
I liked it. So their tap lines, though, it was literally frozen. They had the ice on the tap lines, and they were like, the coolest beer in Kentucky, man.
Yep.
But that was like a holdover from, like the 90s, the aughts,
Yeah.
the early 2000s, where it's like beer has to be frozen cold. But that's not the case.
Remember in college we kept some nice glassware in
Yeah.
the freezer just in case you wanted a good Coors Light,
Yes.
Bud Light, Miller Lite.
The plastic ones with the cup, and it had like the.
No, these are much nicer. So my
No?
mom and dad actually,
So
Much nicer.
my parents actually bought a TV at P-Rats, I believe. Shout out Kenny.
Yeah.
But they actually got
P-Rats.
a gift card from Liquor Barn. Like it was like a $150 gift card, and I'm like, that's awesome. Dad's like, you want that? I'm like, yeah, I'll take that gift card. So I'm like picking out beer and looking around, and they get up there. He's like, you can't buy alcohol with a gift card. So we got we got some nice glassware.
That's awesome.
Jason was like, hey, this is 15 30 packs. Let's go.
I wonder if my
Well,
dad
yeah,
knew
man.
that at the time, like messing with me.
Oh yeah, man. Well, this beer here, this is from their 10th anniversary, and this thing is hefty.
It is.
And
it is.
it's physically the only way you can open it. It's got a screw right here on the bottom, and I'm
What
going
do
to
you
open it.
screwdriver?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Get after it.
I got my DeWalt with the 60-volt max battery pack.
That's a badass battery.
12 amp.
Yeah.
You
Run
know
a
what?
lawnmower.
When I bought this battery, everybody was
Charge a
like,
Tesla?
"You know what, man? Yeah, you know what, man? They were like, that battery's so heavy, you're not going to be able to carry your tools around." And you know what I say? They're fucking right. It's heavy as shit. This is actually really hard to
I
carry
think
around.
you're just weak.
Yeah, but if I was like a contractor, this would be a pain in the ass. But
You
before
got
I
this.
open it, do we want to go into any like details? here, or
Yeah, I'll
we
tell you
just
what.
wanna go right
While you're opening, I'll talk loudly and go over.
Are you gonna like?
Yeah.
You're gonna talk over this?
Hey.
Not over that one.
So this box set was released only to Lacoterie members. I think it's Lacoterie, whatever. It's their membership, and to get in this membership, we've talked about before. Please invite us, but you have to be invited. You cannot like apply for it or whatever. I mean, you can sign up with your email, but
I
you
think
gotta
we've
get
done
invited.
enough Side Project at this point that we should be their biggest fan.
They
and,
owe
like,
us.
number one. I don't seriously
You
at
have
this
to
point.
apply by mail. What's the invite?
So you
Is it like
you sign up
Hogwarts?
email. Yeah, I would take that actually, but Damn it! I really want. It's my only membership. I really want in. I'd love to be in Hill Farmstead too, but they're not open, so they're not taking members.
Yeah.
But this is a 4-bottle set for the 10th year anniversary in 2023, released in September through October of that year, last year. So they released one of these bottles each per day from 9/29 to 10/2. So if you were in person in St. Louis, you could go to the brewery, I almost said distillery. You can go there and get a bottle. So you had to line up every single day to get it. Go ahead, man. I can talk loud.
Keep talking.
Then the La Coterie actually get the whole box set like this. So if the public did not get this box set, one thing Side Project prides themselves on is they do not want to see their beers sold secondary.
Sure.
Right.
So if you're a member and you get caught selling secondary, you're out.
You're out.
And you know
So-
what? From considering our platform, I fucking love that because
I do too.
We deal with secondary, and you have
We
to
do.
in a lot of
To
circumstances.
get what we want.
But it's refreshing not having to for a lot of things, you know.
Now I'm gonna give a disclaimer here. We did not buy this secondary. We found
Yep.
a La Coterie member. I will never give their name up. It might be their name up.
yeah.
But they were very gracious. Sold us this box at cost
Right.
because they had tried it and they knew we were looking for it. So thank you, unknown, unnamed La Coterie member.
That's because we're on the up and
There
up.
we
That's
go.
right. So thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Let's open that box, man.
All right, so
I want
what
to see
it
these
is-
4 bottles.
So I think this has got pins here. I think it's on a pivot. You want me to hammer that open? Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Shit, don't hit
I
me
think it's
with
just a hold the corner there.
Gotcha. It's pot. It's going. It's going.
There we go.
Damn, that is a secure box.
Okay, so this thing was like,
I knew that thing would come in handy.
yeah, talk about like giving. Like it was super tight.
There went the paint.
Wow.
Nice paperwork though, huh?
I can't see it. How's it look?
It looks very nice.
I'm stuck behind. Does it look good?
It looks like
Get a little video.
You want me to do this? You want me to do this?
Please.
maybe a little more.
It's not gonna fall out if I do this, is
No.
it? Okay.
Ah, it's
Oh,
falling
is that
out.
good?
It's falling out.
I'll stop.
No,
No,
it's
seriously?
fine.
I'll stop. Oh,
Oh, it's got a little paper.
I'm
in
looking
there.
on my monitor. It looks glorious. Before we actually open these bottles, I want to like comment on how fucking amazing this box work is.
You can do whatever you want. Put your mind to, man.
Like this is handmade. This isn't like machine made. And I mean, when you get into a big company and they make stuff of this nature, things tend to follow an assembly line and everything is just kind of like and it follows like the machines. And this one is like somebody physically put this together with their hands. And I know that because you can tell that this was just like stapled and like screwed shut right here up front. But they got pins here on the back of the lid to create a hinge, which is absolutely amazing. And the tolerance is just like so tight that we had to like, you know, jack it open with like a crowbar,
Crowbar.
basically.
Well, they
Yeah.
made it probably to fit like that to seal without the screw, but the screw was there for added, like if
Sure.
it's moving.
Exactly. And it needs
Also
to
got
be.
what, tongue and groove? Is that what they call these on the sides?
It's like dovetail.
Yeah, dovetailed out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And this
dovetail.
is like, it's nice to see something like this, that somebody did this by hand. And this means like, how many of these do they make? Do you know?
So every La Coterie member, I think, had the opportunity to buy one. Now,
Okay.
they might not have had enough for everybody. Maybe it was a lottery. But
you would almost think that if they had every La Coterie member the option to buy one, they would have enough for every La Coterie member.
You would
which
think
is-
so.
How many do you think
they
that
don't.
is?
They
Like,
don't have a number. I mean, my guess is
a couple hundred,
it's under 5. I'd say
under 500.
I don't know.
So let's guess like 300 of these boxes. Could you
know
imagine?
what?
Yeah, I would say
I
2
could
to
know
5.
if Corey and Karen King would add us to the membership. We would know exactly how many La Coterie
We'll
members.
find out. But
Please.
could you imagine like doing 300 of these by hand
Sure.
and like the cost associated with that? Like,
Yeah.
It's just
Time.
like, yeah, time is
Yeah, the
is
cost
valuable.
of that box. But I'm sure it was reflected into the price of the box.
So
What
the
about
price
that?
was $350. I mean, if you look at that, it's $88 per bottle. But
That's not including the
Yeah,
box. It's all
exactly.
factored into each
I mean,
bottle.
I'd say the box is a solid $100 of that.
But it's
I mean,
nice seeing something handmade as opposed to just
sure.
like, you know, you get like something from like, you buy like a Jack Daniels and it comes in a cool box, but it's just
Right.
like something cardboard that's like comes off an assembly line. It's like manufactured and it's kind of like, okay, cool.
well,
Whatever.
most things are particle board at best.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Like this is like some dude was like, no, this is
Could have
made
been
with-
some gal.
or gal. You're right. I need to be
Dumbass.
politically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck me.
So
But this
what's
is
in
fucking
it?
amazing.
We've talked about the box. What's in it?
No, I just want to
There's
talk
beer.
about the
There's
box.
beer. We're done.
This
Episode's
is the
over.
end of the episode. So thank you for watching this episode about boxes.
What
What's in them?
what is that on the front? Flip it up there, Matt.
So
Close
this
it
is
and
their
flip it.
logo.
What
the
is
light
that?
bulb.
Light bulb, baby.
What does
So-
that mean, Jason?
All right. So the logo, you can set it down, mate. Don't hold up. So the logo from Side Project's a light bulb hanging down. I think it's Edison bulbs, what they call those. But Corey King came up with this idea, and allegedly. And there was a brewery in St. Louis that he had talked to, I guess, the head guy there
Yeah.
about this. And all of a sudden, before Corey had Side Project, the guy from, I think it's Modern Brewing, not Modern Times, just Modern, out of
Okay.
St. Louis, started using it. Well, that did not sit well with Corey, which I don't blame him a bit.
Right.
And he sued.
Oh, so the light
So
bulb.
there's been, yes, over that
Okay.
logo. I did not know this until recently, but that has been a big source there.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So Modern Brewing used the light bulb?
They stole his idea. So the light bulb's for an idea, right? So like
Sure.
Side Project,
Yeah.
it's an idea, light bulb going off.
Yeah.
But I guess he had talked to this guy about it, and the guy said, no, I had the idea first.
Yeah.
Corey's like, no, you didn't. I had it first.
Yeah.
And then lawyers got involved, and you see who's got it now.
Okay.
So,
But we don't know. So it was just kind of like insinuating like the idea.
what's an idea? It's
Yeah.
an idea is what it's insinuated. But I thought it was a good backstory on how they got that name.
Yeah.
Sure. To keep it anyway.
Can I tell
Because
you-
it's not really associated with the name, right? When you say Side Project, I
You
don't think of the
about
light
that.
bulb.
No.
Well, I do because I mean we've been there. We've seen the logos. When
Right.
I think
No.
in my
Yeah.
mind, I
Right.
see if I see Modern Times or Treehouse, I
Yeah.
see like logos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
I
but
just see
from from like the layman's perspective, if
Yeah.
you think, oh, what's the Side Project's logo? It's a light bulb, and you're like, why?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, no, I get that.
Even when you explain it as an idea, it doesn't add
Yeah.
up. But I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I will say my trade is a photographer, and Edison bulbs are the worst fucking
Yes.
invention by man. They're fucking horrible because they turn everything like really, really dark yellow. And
Like an amber.
Yeah, that's horrible for photography. So that's just a little thing to consider whenever you're getting your professional photos made. Fuck Edison bulbs.
That's why my pictures don't turn out well.
Because you got Edison bulbs.
They do
You
have-
actually
they
do have a
suck.
lot of
They
Edison
suck,
bulbs in
too.
your
They
house.
suck.
But they do have like little like spirals and swirls.
they
They
get
look
yellow.
cool,
They
right?
get yellow quickly.
Yeah, the light bulb itself looks cool, but the light they emit is fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage.
They actually make some like wider ones. But anyway, let's drink some of this fucking booze.
So which one you want to start with? So first, we got the 4 beers. So we got Continuance 10-year. It's only 20% ABV.
Only 20.
We have a
Only.
Deca 17% beer. We have a double barrel derivation Willet single vanilla, which is only 16%. That's the lightest one of the bunch.
A Willet?
Yay.
Willet barrel aged. Then we have a double barrel rye BBT.
Ooh.
Which one are we going to start with?
I don't know. I'm gonna just pull all these out.
You can do this. Pull it out. Pull from the bottom,
I
man.
don't know.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have, Matt?
That's when you know you're drunk, when you can't pull it out from the bottom. Shit. Why won't this work? I would help you, but
There's
I
a
like
lot
watching you
happening
struggle.
right
Ready
now.
and everything.
I just like watching you struggle, honestly. I would help you. It'd be easy
These
for me
fucking
to help
microphone booms aren't helping at all.
you. You're going to have to take the box off the
Yeah.
table or
Here
slide
you
it
go.
to the
I'll put it over
side.
here.
Jade's going to break that box.
Hulk smash.
All right.
There's number 1.
So this one is going in the
Continuance.
Glencairn.
No, this will be in the big one.
Big one.
You're
Left to
going
right.
Left to
Matt.
right. Left to right, man.
You read Hebrew? We're not going right to left. Left to right.
Whatever.
So the first one we're going to be pouring is Continuance 10-year. This is a 20% ABV beer. We have had Continuance before, so if you remember what it was, Matt.
Do I remember what Continuance was?
He does not. It's a barley wine.
I do. It's a series of blended imperial stouts, barley wines, and other spirit barrel aged beers.
It's like a
Trademark.
disclaimer.
It's almost like I'm reading from a script. Yeah.
What's it? Let's say something to something applies.
This special 10-year anniversary blend consists exclusively. Was it exclusively
He
of
don't
threads of
even know.
double Willet Laird's apple brandy barrel aged MJK? The threads rested in oak for 25 months before being thoughtfully blended and shared with you.
You're right. You're right. I'm excited to try this one.
This is good.
So blend Willet barrel. You had me at Willet, and then you added Laird's apple
smell that?
brandy. You had me there. This should be fantastic.
I'll tell
So-
you what, though, too. The bottle presentation looks amazing. I love the darker bottle color with the white pop with the gold wax and the gold lettering.
So what Side Project's done in the past too is, and they look cool, but you can't read the damn things.
Right.
They'll do BBT on this black instead of white. If you want to show them that map.
Yeah.
So instead of the white background, it's black.
Get
and
that,
then
Jesse.
also your continuance writing would be black. So it's like matte black finish and then gray to black writing. You
Yeah.
can't read it. So
That
even if you
pops,
can
though.
read, that pops. That's very nice. Very well done. Very well done. So let's take a sip.
So
the
back in the
nose.
day, like when we started doing bottle shares, right? Do you remember, like Jason, like back in the day, doing bottle shares?
What's a ball share?
A whole bunch of people get around and everybody brings a bottle of something really good.
I've been
and,
there.
And back then it was
I've
only
been there.
750s, like 750 milliliter bottles.
Yeah.
You're not drinking that shit by yourself. The whole point of it was to share with other people.
Right.
So you would get together at a friend's house and everybody would bring something good. And then somebody would bring something like this continuance here, for example. And then everybody would pour a little sample and then you smell it. And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah. And I'm getting like hints of like plum and raisin and
Tons, dark fruit.
like dark fruit, like a little bit of anise in there, but it's just like that, like, and then like a little bit of barrel character, like a little bit of booze. That like kind of just like overall umami, just like in the nose, just like brings me back. Like this is like makes me feel like when I was a kid again, drinking alcohol, getting drunk when I was 12.
Last year when you was a kid.
Yeah.
again.
No, this is the shit. This is the shit we grew up on.
This is anything that you want in a barrel aged product. I think it's deep barrel, rich, dark fruit.
Man.
So a few things for people noticing. Give Jesse at the continuance there.
Oh yeah.
So a few things, if you're noticing, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're not, you can subscribe, like, comment, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Yes.
So if you're looking at this one, it pours almost still. Very
Define
low
still.
carb. Very low carb. It's a metal.
None.
Still's a metal. It's also a low carb. So there's no carb, which I love. I mean, when you have a really good barrel-aged stout, I don't care if it's frothy. I don't need that. IPAs, sure, but not this one. So tons of dark fruit coming through, figs, dates, raisins. I mean, it's just kind of crazy on this one.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing.
The next one up there you're going to see is Deca. This one is a 17%. It represents 5 years of planning and execution to explore new boundaries of barrel-aged beers. The core blends of double Willet barrel-aged MJK, so that's their barley wine, from 2021, and a never-released beer, Bourbon barrel-aged quad from 2022. So I am pretty excited about this. And then also they added 2018 port. So it's a barrel aged barley wine. Mm-hmm. It's a barrel aged quad, a port, and OWK, which is a stout. So this is their blend for this one.
OWK was a blend, and MJK is also a blend. MJK
Correct.
was blended into the Continuance, which was the first beer we poured.
Correct.
And OWK was from the second one. And we got to try both those at the brewery, which were both fantastic.
We have.
The Deca is also a barley wine blend.
What's a blend? So stout, barley wine, and port.
Okay.
And quad. So it's everything.
This is essentially an amalgamation of beer. It's like, I don't mean amalgamation in a bad way. But
They made their own style.
Yeah, exactly. This is not a definitive style. This is just what they want to do, and I love that. I think it's great.
I think it's great
my
if you can
gosh.
do it well, and shockingly, they did it very well.
That might be better than the first one.
That is better than the first one.
It's sweeter, which
I
is in a
like
good
that.
way.
It's like decadent.
Yeah,
It's smoother.
Deca.
There it is. There it is. It is actually Deca Dash. So we can do all kinds of Deca prefix
That's really
words
good.
here.
That's really good.
I think it's more like a jam or something, like
It
compared
is
to
almost,
the first
yeah,
one, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like a fig jam, like you would
Yeah.
have like a charcuterie board or something. So let's talk about ratings a little bit on these. So the Continuance 10-year on Untapped, which is what we look at, it has 624 ratings, which is pretty low.
Yeah.
It averages a 4.68, which is pretty high. So that's
Yeah.
Continuance. The Deca averages a 4.62, which is weird, right? It's lower,
but it's still I
think it's better.
I feel like
I would agree it's
hairs.
better.
That's splitting hairs
for
though.
sure,
Yeah.
and it's 778 ratings.
Yeah.
So
Well, and again, I think it goes back to I think a lot of people just haven't tried them, right?
Yeah,
With
sure.
them just
For
being
sure.
members only, and if they only have 200 to 500 members
yeah,
within the group. Now, did they have these releases on tap at the
so
brewery?
I don't think they did this on tap. I think they did just bottle pours, because some of the check-ins I've seen on tap that people have pictures. They'll be sitting there at the bar with like a bottle.
With the bottle.
So I'm assuming it was during that week, probably
and those
anniversary
people
week.
are sharing with multiple people.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you've not been there, have you, Jay?
No, I haven't.
So we'll have to get you there one day. But when you go there, if you walked in by yourself, you could buy a bottle of barrel-aged stout. You're not going to drink the whole bottle, right?
No.
So there'll be 5 people wanting to share it with you. If they're there, just tell them, like, hey, sit at the bar. Hey, I'm ordering this. If y'all want to pour, great. And then they'll start sharing with you. That's the whole vibe there. The whole vibe.
And everyone's super. You know what? Compared to bourbon, I feel like beer people are probably a little more friendly
For sure.
sharing.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree with that.
I know we haven't really
I
talked
feel like
about that.
the mantra
but-
behind bourbon has been for the longest time. It's been, I don't want to say the word monetary necessarily, but it has been about like resale. It's been about like value. Beer has gotten to that point, but I don't think it really has its roots settled in that. I think it's more about camaraderie.
Sure.
And it's about just like opening shit and just like everybody sharing.
Right.
And that's kind of like how we, came. That's how I fucking met you, Jason. You know what I mean? It's
Really?
just like, maybe.
Maybe.
I thought it was that. Oh, I ain't going to go there.
That was gonna be a bad joke. But yeah, it's about like sharing, like hanging out, and just like everybody like being together. You know what
I
I
had a
mean?
discussion of the day, actually yesterday, with our buddy Anthony at the Mashup podcast. If you're not listening to them, check them out too. They do all whiskeys, bourbons. And we had this discussion yesterday, actually talking about the difference between bourbon and beer people. I think beer is, even the most nerdy beer people are more accepting of newbies, like
Right.
people getting into
Yeah.
the hobby or
Non-beer people.
explaining things. Like if you're at a beer tasting and somebody says, I'm getting, fig, or I'm getting this, you're like, okay, I could see that. I'm also getting this.
Yeah.
But if you're at a bourbon tasting and you're with like the top guys,
Yeah.
and you say, I'm getting fig, oh fuck, I ain't getting that. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, slow down. Like maybe
Yeah.
it's there. Maybe you're just not picking that up. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe your palate's blind, sorry to say it, to
Yeah.
that flavor, so slow down.
Do you think it feels like more of an elitist industry?
It's more elitist. It's more pretentious, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I can float between the both, but I'm much more comfortable in beer because there's no, it's just not so pretentious, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I
I'll
think,
also hold my own in bourbon too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
so I think bourbon is more creative writing, and
For
beer,
tasting notes, yeah, for sure.
yeah, for tasting notes. But like beer, it's like, not necessarily basic, but you're not trying to make someone feel stupid.
Yeah.
Like if you're
Yeah.
getting a honey nut fig roasted grass, you're full of shit.
I've never
Right.
had chamomile in beer. If I have, I don't
Right.
want it.
So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the beer. So what's this third one here we got?
So the third one is supposed to be the best one. It averages a 4.74 on Untapped, which is crazy. 16% ABV. It has 567 ratings. It is OWK, which is their stout blend. It is bourbon barrels, they're aged in Willet bourbon barrels, 5-year Willet for 17 months. Then they transferred it to 4-year Willet bourbon barrels for the final rest. They don't say how long. And at maturity, they racked to a bright tank where a blend of vanilla beans, Sri Lanka, Vanuatu, Madagascar, and Mexico, they have all been added to it. So this is
It's
a
a lot of vanilla beans.
barrel-aged stout, vanilla heavy.
So this is double barrel derivation, double Willet single vanilla?
I
This
don't
has
see double. I
tons
see
going
double
on.
barrel derivation Willet single vanilla,
Okay.
which makes no sense single when you have 4 different vanillas.
Right, exactly right.
Maybe
yeah.
it just means the only adjunct is vanilla. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, that actually
Could be it.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this one for me, like if you like pastry stouts, now Side Project's not a pastry stout kind of place, but
You think of Angry Chair.
you do, I do.
Yeah.
But this is vanilla. Like this is vanilla brownie to me.
Yeah.
It's
with
kind
bourbon.
of It's kind of off-putting, in my opinion. It's almost a little too much. It's like,
Go on.
It almost seems fake.
Okay.
It doesn't seem very artificial. I mean, it does seem very artificial vanilla.
Yeah.
Not like a vanilla bean, but I'm almost getting a coffee. It's so bland and
I can see that.
gritty.
I can see
It's
that.
a coffee.
Don't make me turn into a bourbon snob.
What do you think?
I get vanilla. I get marshmallow brownie.
I get a lot of vanilla.
Oh, I get tons.
Yeah, I get.
But I do think
like
this, Jade.
artificial.
I'm just messing with you, but I do think when you reach a point with vanilla, any vanilla, it
Right.
gets cloying. It's almost like you're drinking the extract, right? Like,
Sure.
if you ever took like a little like extract and put it on your tongue, like,
yeah.
oh shit.
So I see
Awful.
what you're saying about the coffee, though. It's not. I don't think that derives from the vanilla necessarily. I think that probably is from like the malt, the malt bill.
Yeah.
You know,
Could be.
Yeah, just like
Or the barrels, right? Like sometimes
possibly. Yeah. No, I definitely
it's like
get that.
gritty kind of.
I get that kind of feel from it. I get a little bit like kind of like like some coffee kind of like
Yeah, I mean, there's
slightly
roast.
bitter,
There's roast,
slightly bitter
bitterness.
roast. Yeah,
for
I
sure.
get some of that on there. Yeah.
Let's try the last one. So this is, and I lied. This is actually the highest rated one. So
double
this is
barrel.
the
Which one
double
is?
barrel rye. The next one.
Double barrel rye.
Say it
BBQ.
again.
For the
Say it
record,
again.
Golly,
for the record, though, I think the other two were better than the stout. Just thus far.
They're different.
In my
They're all
opinion.
different. They're not similar.
I'm gonna
Not
hold
really.
judgment, but I see what you're saying.
What do you think?
I'm gonna hold judgment. We got a
Hold
fourth one to
judgment.
try.
Okay.
We got a fourth.
So
one to try.
historically, I have not myself. I've not enjoyed rye BBT as much as I have the bourbon BBT or the regular one.
that is splitting hairs, though.
It
because
is.
It is still a great, fantastic.
I've always viewed the rye version as a little bit thinner and a little bit more alcohol forward than I want.
Right.
I want thick, decadent bourbon barreled aged stout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is double barrel rye BBT, 17% ABV, 4.76 untapped average. This is their Vibes recipe, so stout, brewed in 2021, aged in still 630 rye barrels, allowed to mature, then racked to 5-year Willet rye barrels for 25 months aged in total.
Okay.
That's a long time.
That's a long
That's
time.
over 2 years.
try
2 years,
it?
1 month. I have tried it.
What do you think of it?
Probably my least favorite.
Oh, really?
So you mentioned it like historically being like a little bit thin. I think that kind of carries over. I don't think it's like
It's good. It's not
notably
bad. I mean, these are all good.
Right. I agree with you. It's and I think at this point we have to like make sure everybody understands we are splitting hairs here. When I say thin, I'm not saying it's like paper thin versus everything else is like super thick, but like it is. It's noticeable. It's noticeable to a degree.
Well, when you're having a tasting or you're trying world class beers, I mean, all of them are great. There's something you want to try or want to experience, but we have to our show is it worth it, and we want to tell you about it, right?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I know my rankings right now. What are you all thinking? Anybody got an idea?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Here, actually, let me do a quick rundown here.
You read my mind, doing the same thing.
Actually,
Don't say it yet. Run through it. Okay. So while we're tasting back through them there, let's talk a little bit about Side Project. So I think they had a little bit of oversaturation maybe with their releases during COVID, and then since then.
Great.
And yeah, exactly. And
Maybe
maybe
people can get stuff.
that's true. Maybe oversaturation is the wrong term, but what I mean by that is they've packaged everything, right? So you have saisons and you have barrel-aged stouts, barrel-aged barley wine, whatever, blends. Traditionally, 3 years ago back, so the first 7 years they were in business, those would sell out online immediately. And
Right.
you would have people
Oh, yeah.
camp out for overnight or days. to
Within
get
like a minute.
Oh,
They would have sold out,
It's
like-
the hardest thing you will try to get unless you're doing sneakers app on Nike. I mean, that's just crazy. But
And that's a great analogy
Yes.
because a lot of people buy sneakers, you know, like
Sneakers.
Nike sneakers. Yeah,
Not
I said
Snickers,
Snickers, like
sneakers.
I'm making myself hungry now. But
Who's
like
got Snickers? Who's
yeah,
got
but
Snickers?
not a lot of people like buy this beer. But it's still
Correct.
that's a great analogy because the beer sells out fucking instantaneously, and it used to. It used to, yeah.
but you got to look at it, their bottom line.
Sure.
hey, let's throw some stuff in that people don't
For
really
sure.
like. We
And
can tack on another $39.99.
You're talking about the bundles.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's what they do now, correct?
And that's something I think Corey, the head brewer there, is passionate about, and he makes really good saisons, really really good ones. We've had some of those that are really top tier, but there comes a point where if I'm buying a package for a BBT and I have 4 beers in that, I get 1 BBT and 3 saisons. That's cool. The next time they release it, I get the same thing. I get whatever beer they release and 3 saisons. Okay. I do that 10 times a year, and
You got
I drink
30 saisons.
I got 30 saisons,
and I have 29 left.
that I've probably had 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't drink those as fast as I would this. I want to share this with my buddies. Not that I don't want to share a saison, but I don't want it all the time. So in the last 3 years, you've seen it just like a hill, like a declining down, right? So instead of selling out in 1 minute or 30 seconds, they're selling out in 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 2 hours. 2 days, they didn't sell out.
But here's the thing. Here's a good analogy. We have seen it, again, I know we're doing beer right now, but liquor stores.
For sure.
You know, to get an Eagle Rare or to get a Weller, Weller, you might have to buy a package deal with something else. Or even if you get your own Four Roses, we have a local group here in Georgetown, you had to buy a single barrel, a small batch, select. So, at the same time, I understand, like, they want to move product. Maybe the saisons aren't moving, and they just kind of throw them in. But if there's a certain point with the beer people that's going to be like...
I think we reached it. We reached it about a year and a half ago when we saw some of their barrel-aged stout BBT packages sitting for days and didn't sell out.
Yeah.
They actually, it was like a mercy killing. Like they pulled it off the website. Oh, we've sold out. Like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You still had those left. You pulled them down to do on site. And no offense to them, I get it. But now we're seeing they released double barrel reverberant. So we really wanted this one. This was a double bourbon and rye barrel-aged barley wine with honey. So it sounded great. Me and Matt both wanted it. I went for it, and I'm not bragging. I'm pretty damn good about getting online releases.
No shit, yeah.
I was world clock ticking down, already logged into my site,
Done.
clicked, let's go, and here's what killed me. They said no limit on these on their Instagram page.
Oh,
Some motherfuckers
shit.
went in there and bought like
99.
You would think that, but here's what happened. It comes up with 1 bottle default. So I tried to switch it to 4. I wasn't going to be too greedy.
Right.
But it wouldn't let me switch it.
Lost.
And nobody else could either. So all you could get was 1, even though they told you it was unlimited. And here's the weirdest part.
Do you think they did that?
so the drag, maybe it was
it
a
didn't
glitch,
work.
right?
Well,
No.
but here's the problem, though. It sold out in 15 seconds.
You think they did that on purpose?
I don't know.
Per
They never
sold out?
Well, allegedly. It was allegedly no limit, but you couldn't change it. I mean, I bet there's under 100 people that went for that release that were faster than me. I don't think there's that many. Like, I'm pretty good at those.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get it. In 15 seconds, it was gone. It was gone. Everybody bitching and mowing online. I'm like, how many balls they release? Like 20? So I think what they've done is they've got rid of the package, and now the hype's coming back. So they're trying to bring it back around full
So
circle.
people are just like, hey, I can get my bottle. Let me go get my bottle. And I'm going to pop. I'm just gonna get it and go.
And I've not seen many go on secondary. And when I have, they're honestly not that expensive. So a Side Project Stout, even if it's a 375, which is what these balls are, they're going for like a 150. So if you're playing a Raz,
which is hilarious because you mentioned that to the layman and they're like $150
for one beer
for
that
half
you
a
have
bottle
to
of
hold?
wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember when BBT was 500 plus for a 750, which is 250 for a 375.
Right. Yeah.
So for $15 a chance on 10 spots, I'll buy some just to try.
Order or even the MLK that was at one point
MJK, not the MLK. MLK, but it's
Martin
cool.
Luther.
But MJK.
MJK. It was like 1,400 for one bottle at one point.
It's 1,000 right now. Still, that's probably the one beer. It's like hell value.
But this is a blend of it. The Deca, correct?
It is incorporated.
What's in it? There's threads of MJK in this. That's true.
So what do you mean by threads?
So think of
like they added a couple bottles or what?
No, think of like a big vat of beer, right? So you're making a beer, you're blending bourbon. You're blending. Okay, so bourbon lore. We did a episode on them recently.
Sure.
They took 18 barrels and blended it in.
Sure.
They went a whole barrel and blended 18 of what they wanted in. With MJK blended in this one, it might be 20% of the entire blend is MJK. 15% is OWK. Okay. Something else is this. So they take threads. I mean, it's not a whole barrel. It's just like pieces.
Gotcha.
They do percentages.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, I would love to see blending in person and take part in that process, beer or bourbon. I mean, I think I'd be taking notes. It might be overwhelming, but I'd love to like just see the thought process behind that.
Me too.
I'm not sure if there's much thought process. I've had a conversation with Jason
100%.
about this.
I'd be paranoid that when I got in there that I'd be like doing some shit wrong. I'd be like, oh, this fucking tastes amazing when you blend these like 4 things together.
Sure.
And then everybody'd be like, oh my God, this tastes like my fucking sister-in-law's like fucking rotten garbage. You know what I mean? Like I just wouldn't like.
I thought you was going somewhere else there. But
Yeah,
it's
I
okay.
thought
I'm not gonna get too bad.
sister-in-law.
Yeah. So
I like that.
So give me the order. Give me the order that you think that you like these 4 bottles.
So I'm going to go back to number 3 again, which is a double barrel derivation Willet single vanilla. I'm going to go back to that one, then I'll tell you my order. So where's yours?
But I think 1 and 2 needs to be separated since they're a blend, and 3 and 4 are stouts.
No.
I don't think so. I think you.
Why?
I think you
Run
just
it.
like put everything on the table.
Oh no.
Nah, run it.
I have arguments with Jason
Okay.
almost daily about
You're wrong.
sub-categorizing things.
You're wrong.
Okay.
So he's always like, oh, if they're a blend, they need to go here. If they're an IPA, they need to go here.
Well, no. So you're right. I mean, we've argued that. We talked about it. So the way I look at that, though, I can't rate the best beer I've ever had.
Barley wine to stout. That's what I'm saying.
Could you pick the best beer you've ever had, Matt?
No.
No.
It's tough to do. They are very dynamic. They're very different.
Sure.
You know, you try to compare like a pale ale to like a lambic.
Yeah.
There's no
you know,
comparison.
there's no
Right.
comparison.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just it's not
or
the
a
same
sour
category.
to whatever.
Yeah,
But you
exactly.
don't think these are all similar? Like, I mean, they're similar, right? They're all dark.
I think
if you
3
looked
and
at
4
them-
is totally different than 1 and 2.
If you looked at them, would you see a difference right now?
for sure. One
So you
doesn't
do
even
have less than that. That's right. It's a
All
little
right.
redder. Little,
Yeah.
I'm going on the surface here, right?
Let's go.
Okay, and all of these are slightly different. They got there's some blends like thrown in there
For sure.
but just like from pure enjoyment.
It is.
factor.
It is required that we rank these as the same.
Exactly.
So rank them 1 to
Subjective.
4.
Pure enjoyment factor. So I'm going. We did the first one was the Continuance 10-year.
Yes.
The second one was the Deca, which was the blend of like multiple beers.
Correct.
The third one was the Double Barrel.
Well, and actually, Deca also has port in it.
and it has that was barrel aged, right? Port barrel.
like
It has port
literally
one. Okay.
port.
This-
Yeah.
And
For
then
the record, this is the reason why I said I think we should blends and stouts.
Don't listen to him. Go ahead.
You're wrong. The third one, Double Barrel Derivation, Double Willet Vanilla, and then the last one, the Double Barrel Rye BBT. There's a lot of D
Correct.
words in here, by the way. So my favorite was, I think what you said was the worst rated was the Deca.
Okay.
I think that is a fucking phenomenal beverage and is fucking amazing. Like, I can't get enough of that shit.
All right.
And it's very well balanced. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit
is
sweeter
sweet.
than the other ones, but I feel like that sweetness kind of killed some of the bitterness that comes from like the malt and stuff like that.
I
love
think Jason's going to be the bad guy here
We'll see where we go.
because
Go
me
ahead.
and you are.
My second favorite was actually the first one that we tried was the Continuance 10-year.
Okay.
But I like that one because it had some nostalgia factor. It like reminded me
I love
of like
Continuance.
yeah, it was great and it had some dark fruit notes in there like the plum, the raisin and stuff like it reminded me of like the shit that we had. What are you writing down?
He's going to try to. Do
Okay.
I'm
something.
gonna I'm gonna do my
So
list.
here's-
That way I'm not
Look,
copying.
let me stop you just for a second.
Okay.
Matt. Actually, go ahead, and then I'll stop.
Okay, well, like my number 3 was actually the Double Barrel Derivation Vanilla.
Okay.
And then my 4th was the Double Barrel Rye BBT.
So you essentially went in order that we tried them, except you flipped.
I flipped 1 and 2,
Deca.
yeah. And I hate putting the Double Barrel Rye BBT because I love a good rye barrel aged beer, but like the body of it just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
You know, it
I
just
totally
compared to the
understand
other,
that.
compared to the other ones, it just didn't do it for me. It was still fucking great. It just didn't do it for me.
Again, we're sitting here complaining about and trying to rank.
I don't think
they're all fantastic.
Any beers
right?
below no beers below a 4.5 and untapped. For me.
Or maybe 4.6, right?
Right.
I mean, it's
we don't do. I just do quarters.
of course you do.
I'm a big boy. We build that weight, baby.
But so I was very similar to Matt. The second one, which was the Deca, was my number one.
Okay, that's what he said.
The Continuance was also number 2.
Hey, that's also what I said.
Similar, but I did like 4 better than 3. Maybe I'm super sensitive to the coffee bitter notes on 3, but I got that roasted feel, and I'm just not a big black coffee bitterness. That's not what I want in a beer.
You know what's funny? I am, and that I still did not put that over
Pick
the
that
other
first.
ones. Yeah, I still did not prefer that over the other ones. I love a good black bitter coffee. I drink my coffee
I heard
black.
that about you.
I know you like that, but like I still did not like prefer that over the first 2. Like I still think that was like in my number 3. Yeah.
But again, I think it's. I'm gonna die on this hill. I think when you're doing blends compared to a stout, it's just an unfair comparison to even rank them.
It can be, but
what do you think, Jason?
Some of the best barley wine I've ever had is not a barley wine. Like I think a Deal with the Devil batch 3.
right from
It's
Anchorage,
like crazy
in Alaska.
low ball count, and I had it at our friend Todd and Michelle's. Thank you all for sharing it. But when I tried that bottle, I think actually Sean might have had. But either way, tried it there. It did not taste like a barley wine.
Yeah,
But it's the best barley wine I've ever had. So
Right.
now that the amateurs have went for their rankings, we'll get the pro in here. This might surprise you a little bit. So what do you think my number 1 is, Jay?
I think it's 3.
I think it's 3. Three's good.
I think it's going to be the one that I thought was the worst, which was number 4. So go ahead.
Number 1, baby, Continuance.
Well, that was our
Really?
number 2. So I think it's a very good one. So that's
Give me
far off.
Continuance number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna go with the double barrel derivation Willet single.
Really?
I love
Okay. So
that
3.
fucking vanilla. Number 3 is the rye BBT.
Okay.
4.
And
So you're going Deca number
that's 3.
4.
Deca's too sweet for me. That's the only thing I got about it. I mean, I'm a fat
What?
kid. I love cake, but I don't love. It's too sweet.
So this seems kind of ironic, considering what you just claimed,
What's that?
that you're a fat kid that loves cake, and
I
you're
do.
putting Deca number 4. Why is that?
Well, it's actually true, but it's too sweet.
You think it's too sweet?
I do.
Really?
Yep.
I think it's just right. For
I mean,
barley
you think
wine,
this
right?
is hold on. No,
so you think
let
this
for
is
a
what?
blend?
Let me give some clarification here. Nothing's below a 4.5.
No.
Like number 1
Everything's
for me, number 1 for me is a 4.75.
Right.
Everything else is between the 4.75 and the 4.5.
Yeah.
Like it's all there.
Yeah.
But I do think Deca for me is just. I think the port pushes it a little too sweet for me.
I think that's what like makes it for me. Do you think it's cloying? Do you think it's like so much that it's just kind of like
It's borderline. It's almost Dark Lord. Like it gets.
See, I think that's what makes it.
You probably drink Dark Lord in your bottle, don't you?
I fucking put it in IV in my. like,
Here's what I
bed-
find
bed.
interesting.
That I know more than you all.
Jason's number 1 was the first one, but it's the least amount drank out of his glass.
That is interesting.
If you think if
saved
it's
the
your
best for
favorite
last,
one,
baby.
you would think if it's your favorite one, I just think you want to be different in this episode.
Look at number 3. Look how much is left in that one.
a lot, and
I
it's
know.
number 2.
You saved the best for last.
Is that what it is? Okay.
You do. So is it worth it? So the box set $350. Would you pay $350 again, Matt, for the box set?
I think I would. I don't think I would do it on
It's
a
pushing
regular
it.
basis. It is pushing it, but I would do it again if I drink everything that I had from the first one, because these are all phenomenal, and this is a fun experience. And that fucking box is amazing.
Like you said, it's splitting
box.
hairs.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
Jay,
No,
would you pay $350 for this box set?
You know,
That's
here's the
retail,
thing.
not.
Here's the thing.
secondary.
Yeah, what's the secondary on it? Can you get them for 5, 6?
So right now it's about $600. The highest it went was about $900.
So say there's a game out there, 10 spots for 60. I'm not playing.
No.
If it's 30, and if you message
Yep.
me, hey, get in on this, I would.
The other thing is that me and Jay's talking secondary here. If it was 50 a spot, and I'm like, hey, would you want to split a spot?
Sure,
we might
25.
$25 to take a chance.
Right.
Get one chance for each of us 25. That's a little. It's how you divide it, right? Like it's how you look at it.
Right.
So for me,
Now, if you all didn't split this one though,
or spit it.
yeah, or spit it, would you all
Jason is
Pay-
a spitter, so
$3.50 quitter?
I do not spit. Oh wait,
I did not spit. Anyways, but would you pay $3.50 just to drink it by yourself or to share it with friends?
never
I
to
think
drink
that's
by
a-
yourself.
Exactly.
To share, honestly, yeah. If I had this, we are having it now, and I had an opportunity to come across another one for $3.50, I actually would probably consider it because
I would.
this is pretty
I would.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Right.
You know, I think for me, I think $3.50. I'd probably buy it again. Secondary, no, but I might if somebody's like, I've never had this. It's $600. It's $60 a spot. Well, you want to go in half on 30? Sure, I'll throw 30
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
But you asked, would you drink it by yourself? I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know that I drink anything by myself. Like I want to share it with somebody.
Sure.
Beer, bourbon, whatever. Wild Turkey from 1991.
There we go.
Yes,
But
sir.
you just want to. You want to have the experience. You want to show other people what you might like or what they might enjoy. That's actually what I get out of drinking. Honestly, I mean,
that should be the mantra.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll slam some Miller Lights with you too at the Reds game or whatever. But
Or some Modelo.
or Modelo with some lime and tahini.
Yeah.
But I want the experience. I know it's cheesy, but it's much more fun when you get to see somebody else enjoy something.
I agree,
and,
man.
and show them that. So
I agree, man.
Yeah, I think this is a bottle share type.
For sure,
set,
100%.
For sure. And
Yeah.
almost like a subtle brag, like, hey, I got this. Like, we're opening this
Oh no,
tonight.
you took your
You know what I'm
balls and
saying?
you put them in a wheelbarrow and you're walking down the street like Randy's dad. But you know,
Who's Randy's
What?
dad?
I think isn't
Who's Randy?
what's his name? No, it's a.
I think it's a meme.
South Park. It's Randy is his name.
Cartman.
Who's his? Is it Kyle's dad?
Kyle's
Kenny's dad?
Kenny.
No, it's not Kenny. It might
We'll
be-
have to put
I think
we'll
it's-
have to put the South Park balls.
I think
in the
it's
wheelbarrow.
Kyle. I think it's Kyle's
It
dad.
might be the
I don't know if I should say
I
this,
don't
but
know.
I don't watch South Park.
I'm done.